Colbyjack.net is proud to present From the Flames by Trisha M. Wilson. The people of the fire, the Blesa, led by their queens, have ruled the island of Alfeyju and oppressed the Driva, the people of the ice, for more than 16 generations. With the Drivian King in hiding and little hope on the horizon, the Driva looked to one person to save them from the vile Blesa, the Diviana. According to legend, the divinely gifted Diviana will one day overthrow the Blesa and restore the Drivian King to his rightful throne. But with the search having lasted for more than 400 years, will the Diviana ever come to light? Willow is the slave of the Raskpil family. Bought at the age of 4, 20 years have passed since her life irrevocably changed. Her existence is no worse than any other slave, but within, Willow wonders if there isn't something more she should be doing with her life other than serving the ungrateful. Ordered to travel with her master's family to Sondertoft, so her master's adult children can take part in an ancient rite of passage, Willow is shocked when she learns that she too must participate. Will she fail, as all before her have? Will she rise to the challenge and become stronger after passing through the flames? Episode 74. They weren't exactly where they'd been going for, but at least they weren't in any thorn bushes. Before they could say a word, a woman yelled in shock. They turned toward the yell, Hawk's hand going toward his sword. He stopped, however, when he saw the source of the yell. It was Kalina. Her eyes were wide open with shock and something else. Excitement, perhaps? Willow wasn't sure, but she knew their big secret was out. By the gods! Kalina breathed as she came close to them. How did you do that? What did you do? How long have you been able to do that? Tell me everything! What did you see? Willow asked. She was not willing to give out more information than she had to. At least, not right in this moment. I saw the two of you over there a second ago. You then disappeared and reappeared here a second later. I've never seen anything like that. Not that anything I've seen could be called normal since joining you. But this was beyond normal. It was, I don't have the words. How long have you been able to do that? Hawk said, finishing her sentence. Yeah. Should I tell her the truth? Hawk asked, being sure to keep his face as bland as possible. Yes, Willow said. I found out I could do that a day or so after our encounter with the mist. Why didn't you tell us? She asked. It would have saved us a lot of walking, not to mention time. I didn't want to let everyone know until I knew I could transport people and things safely. The first few times were hard, Willow interrupted. Even moving a small rock took a lot of concentration and wouldn't go where it was supposed to. That's why he's been practicing. But I saw you do it perfectly, Kalina said, looking at them as if to catch them in a lie. He didn't seem to have any trouble. That's only because you don't know where I was trying to end up. I was trying to move us there, he said, pointing to a point 2 feet away. So, you overshot a little. That's no big deal, Kalina said, the excitement still in her voice. I bet with more practice, your aim will get better. We should be getting back to the others, Willow said, suddenly anxious. Are you going to tell them? Of course I am, she said. Why shouldn't I? There's no point in walking any farther when all we have to do is practice with Hawk, and in seconds we can be at our destination. She's got a point, Hawk said as they walked. All I need is practice, and it would be easier if the others knew. Then we wouldn't have to keep sneaking off, making them wonder about the two of us. I guess. I wish she'd had more practice, that's all. I get the feeling I'm about to have more practice than I ever wanted, he said as they entered the camp. Where have you two been? Sigurd asked the second he saw them. Adelina came back ages ago. Don't exaggerate, Sig, Hawk said. She's only been back 5 or 10 minutes. I know why they were gone so long, Kalina said before Sigurd could respond. Hawk's been keeping a secret from the rest of us. What kind of a secret? Sigurd asked, looking suspiciously at Hawk and Willow. The mist gave him another power in addition to the one we all know about. Care to tell them? Why don't I show you? Hawk suggested. Now you see me. He was standing before them next to Willow. A second later, he was behind Sigurd. Now you don't. Sigurd jumped, whipping around. How did you get there? His voice was shaky, as if he couldn't believe what he had seen. I transported myself, Hawk said, pride in his voice. He walked back to Willow, everyone's eyes on him. And you've known about this the whole time? Loffen asked. Not the whole time, Hawk said, sticking to the story. But long enough to have been acting weird the last few days, Natzel said, sounding mad. Why didn't you tell us? We wouldn't have been walking all this bloody time if you had. I didn't know if I could move people. I've been practicing on small things as we walked, like rocks and stumps and logs. I've only tried moving myself a few minutes ago, he said. Sure you have, Azrin said, not sounding convinced. When has Hawk ever lied to you? Willow asked, coming to his defense. Never. I've been encouraging him to practice, and when he says today was the first time he tried moving something alive, he's telling the truth. Why are we fighting? Kalina asked, confused. We should be celebrating. No more walking. No long trips which take weeks. Hell, we don't even need a boat anymore. Hawk can take us wherever we need to go, and it will take seconds. She's right, Loffen said. We shouldn't be alienating the guy who can make our lives easier. About that, Hawk said tentatively. What? Sigurd said, immediately grasping on his hesitancy. I need more practice before I'll be able to take you anywhere. So far, I can move myself around an area easily enough, but when I try to take Willow with, I wasn't as accurate as I'd like. Not accurate how? Azrin asked. As in missing by a few feet or by a few miles? A few feet, but I'm sure with more practice I'll go exactly where I'm headed. He also will have to build up the stamina to take 6 people with him, Willow said. Plus me, Adelina added. Plus Adelina. Why are we still talking? Sigurd asked. We should be practicing. What do you want us to do? I'm still working on traveling with one person. So who wants to help me? Hawk asked. I want to, Kalina said, volunteering before he'd finished his sentence. She came up to his side, wrapped an arm around his, and rubbed her body up against him. Is this how you want me? She asked, her voice suddenly sultry. Yes, he said, glancing at her before looking away. The rest of the camp's eyes were on him. It might go easier if I didn't have everyone watching me. Of course, Sigurd said, turning to face the others. He said, Why don't we set up camp here tonight? You 3, go get some wood. And what will you do? Azrin asked as he got to his feet. I'm going to work on setting up the camp, and look to make sure we have enough food, things that are important. Ignoring the mumblings from the 3 who were going into the forest for wood, Willow said, I think you should pick a place that's not in the immediate area. Are you sure? I'm still having problems with my aim. I know, but maybe if you can't exactly visualize where you want to go, and more have a destination in mind, like a couple 100 yards from here, or outside the next town, you'll have more luck. Do it, Hawk, Kalina said. Try for the next town. I bet you can do it. Since I'm outvoted, I'll try, Hawk said. But don't be worried if we aren't back right away. I've never done this before, and I have no idea what could happen. Send me a thought when you get there, so I know you're all right. Hawk nodded. Closing his eyes, he thought for a second, and then Kalina and he disappeared. Think you can do it? Sigurd asked the second they were gone. I have great faith in Hawk, she said, waiting for the okay from Hawk. Fine, Hawk said. That one word instantly reassured her that she hadn't convinced him to do something harmful. How long do you think it'll take before we can move on? I hope we don't have to stay here too long. I hate not moving. I'm always worried someone will come across us and then we'll have a fight on our hands. It could be a few days, Willow said, waiting for them to return. But you should look on the bright side of having to wait a bit. Which is? Sigurd asked. The tone of his voice clearly showed that he didn't see any upside in waiting. We could plan how to get the necklace without having to worry. Nobody would expect us to plan here. They'd think anyone trying to break into a royal residence would do it closer to their target. You got me there, he said. Before Sigurd could come up with any reasons why stopping was horrible, Hawk and Kalina appeared before them, soaking wet.
What happened to you?
Willow asked.
He dropped us in the middle of a pond,
Kalina said, stepping away from Hawk.
But you made it?
Willow asked. We made it all right, Hawk said, and we were only a few hundred yards away from the nearest home. Obviously, we didn't go investigate the village, but it was there.
So, you were successful,
Sigurd said.
Good. How can you call what happened a success? Kalina asked, wringing out her hair. I am soaked to the bone because he couldn't land us on a nice piece of grass.
He just needs more practice, Willow said. I'm sure it won't happen again.
Well, I'm not going to go with him again until he's had more practice, a lot more,
she said, now squeezing the water from her clothes.
Just look at me. It's going to take forever for me to warm up again.
I already told you I was sorry, Hawk said, and you knew there was a risk coming with me in the first place.
Yeah, but I thought we might end up a few feet or yards from our location, not end up in water soaked to the skin.
I'm sorry. How many times do I have to say that? He asked, wringing out his own clothes. Not more than once, Willow said, and don't worry about her not practicing with you. I'll work with you for as many times as you want, no matter where you drop us. But first, you both should change into dry clothes.
I don't know why he's bothering, Kalina muttered. He's just going to end up in water when he tries again.
Oh, ye of little faith, Willow said. I bet he only gets better from here on out. You have been listening to From the Flames by Trisha M. Wilson. Read, recorded, mastered, encoded, and produced by Colbyjack.net. This work is released under a Creative Commons 3.0 Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike license. Do what you want with it, just don't try to profit from it. Heaven knows we can't. If you have any questions, comments, or rants you wish to share with us, we can be reached at Colbyjack at Colbyjack.net. That's COLBYTRAX @COLBYJACK.net. Yep, I sing it too. If you want to follow the exploits of Trisha in Twitterland, just search for Lady Trisha W on Twitter, or follow the ever-dashing, courageous, hardworking, intelligent, and immensely humble Colbyjack on the Twitters as well. If you find that you can't, just wait to find out what will happen with Willow, the strong dude and the annoying dude. Be heartened to know that From the Flames is available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Smashwords, as well as from our little shop. Didn't you know about our little shop? Why, yes, we have a little shop located at shop. That's shop.colbyjack.net. That's shop.colbyjack.net. Yeah, real original there. There you will find the latest ebook versions of all our works in both Mobi and ebook, all DRM-free, as well as audiobook versions of such works as Firmware Hijacked and Proxy, as well, naturally, as well as From the Flames. The audiobooks differ from the podcasts in that the headers and bumpers only run once, and the episodes are grouped into hour-long episodes for easy burning to CD or for downloading on the go. If you find you don't need any stuff, but just want to thank us monetarily for our efforts here, just head on over to Colbyjack.net, select either audio or visual, and look for the donate button located on the blog roll. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week, and remember to be fabulous.